Alright guys, so it's time for an in-depth review of the trailer. I'm so sorry I couldn't post it earlier, but living in Europe, the time zones are a disaster. But hey, you won't be disappointed as I've got something in store for you guys that you will love. So unfortunately for some, this review is gonna be spoilerific. So we're gonna have a couple of spoilers in there, major ones at that, but no worries because the first minutes are not gonna be spoiler at all. They're just gonna be a review of the trailer, and when I will get into spoiler territory, you will see this. Which of course it means that it's time for you to get out of here. So stay tuned and let's get into analyzing. So the first thing we see is this holy city that is located in the planet Jeddah. Now I understand what Gareth Edwards talked about a holy city in the Star Wars universe. It definitely would look like this, and it resembles real life Jerusalem as well. As you can see here at the bottom right, you can see that this resembles the Dome of the Rock at the Temple Mount in Jerusalem, and of course all around it has that feel of a holy city and a holy land. Of course, the presence of the Empire is ever so present. This was intentionally done to show the occupation of the Empire on this holy planet, both above and on the ground. One thing I wanted to say before we move on into another shot, this monument or temple of some sort, I hope we can get an explanation in the movie about this building. It may hold some significance in the film itself, so I hope we get an explanation. Here's another shot from a different angle here, and you can clearly see that this building stands out above all the rest. And yeah, hopefully I'm hoping for some sort of explanation or involvement in the film. Now for this review, I wanted to focus on the main and important issues, so I'm not gonna do a shot by shot explanation. I'm sure you can understand, but those things that really need understanding, those are the things that I want to explain in this video, and we're gonna get into spoiler territory. One thing before we get into spoilers is I thought the visuals in this film were absolutely spectacular. This is a whole new generation of CGI, and for me personally, I think it's gonna lay the foundation of future films, future sci-fi films, and even more. So I was so glad to see that. A couple of shots here that you can see that really impressed me. This one in particular, look at the light coming out of the Star Destroyer. That is absolutely top of the line. When the CGI is so great that you think that is a miniature, that is the moment that you realize that this film is gonna be great. Alright, so it's time for me to show you this. Are you still here? Then great, let's continue with the spoiler review. In this shot where everybody is up in arms, it was a good sequence. You can see that Jyn Erso is on top of an imperial building of some sort in the planet Scarif. So in my opinion, Jyn Erso is not in danger here at all. She is actually relieved. Why? Because this TIE fighter has been taken by one member of our hero group, possibly Body Rook. And of course I will explain why I think that. It's because she doesn't hesitate at all when the TIE fighter appears, and you can see that she knows that she is not in danger at this moment at all. It looks like also she's injured, so if she's limping and not hesitating at all going towards the TIE fighter, it is clear that she thinks she is not in danger, therefore we think that she is not in danger also. The next thing I want to talk about is something very important. So we see a beautiful shot, and it's just gorgeous, just beautiful shot of the Death Star above the planet Jeddah. Now notice one thing, the final piece where they would fire the laser has been finished at this point. The next shot shows us how massive the Death Star actually is. It actually goes and eclipses the sun. Now we get to the major part. See, the next shot is director Krennic looking directly at the planet Jeddah. His eyes are fierce and vengeful. It is as if we have seen this look before. Let me explain. More into the trailer, we see this shot. Jyn Erso and Cassian Andor are escaping what looks like a huge destruction, and it looks like the thing that is being destroyed is the planet itself, the planet of Jeddah. This is the reason why the Death Star paid a visit to the planet. Supporting this theory is also the shot where they go into hyperspace, leading us to believe that there is no time to escape without it. Now let's move on to the final spoiler. So for those who haven't heard already, there is a major major spoiler that was made during Star Wars Celebration. In the Rogue One panel, the actor Jiang Wen, who plays BessY in the Rogue One film, heavily hinted at another character dying during the course of the film. That character was Chirrut, played by Donnie Yen, as it is evident when he gestures his hand toward Donnie Yen and continues to say, "When this guy dead, I do something better. Maybe I believe by my action, he's thinker, I'm doer." You can clearly see that he did not meant to say that, but he let it slip unfortunately, and the news media picked it up immediately. As I remember, during Star Wars Celebration, they actually cut this part off, so unless you saw that live, after it being said, it was completely removed from the video archives at the Star Wars Celebration. Okay, so Chirrut will die in Rogue One. That is almost apparent now and confirmed. But have you any idea who will actually kill him? Well, I do, and let me tell you who it is. But before we talk about that, let me talk a little bit about, yes, our favorite villain, Darth Vader. He actually appeared during the last shot of the trailer. The only thing we could hear is his breathing, and frankly, that's all I wanted to hear. And there is much speculation as to where his battle will take place. We already know that he will kill a bunch of rebels, and it was also described that it will be brutal. But where will this battle actually take place? It is heavily implied that Vader will fight during this rainy scene on this rainy planet. We see that this planet looks fabulous during nighttime and is rainy and foggy as well. X-Wings are flying over it, they're battling. By this shot, you can see that they're defending some sort of base as stormtroopers come out of it right in the ambush of BessY where he kills a bunch of them. So my theory is that Darth Vader will fight right on this scene, trying to protect this base. So now we go back to Chirrut. It is my opinion that Chirrut will die right here on this planet and be killed by none other than Darth Vader. Who better to kill a Force sensitive than another Force sensitive and even Force user in Darth Vader? If you're gonna kill Chirrut, a great character that he is, you better make it worth something. And practically Vader killing you is the best death you could ever hope for. We have even more proof. We see that Chirrut is still alive and made it on this planet unharmed as of yet. Unfortunately, this will be his last stop. Alright guys, so thank you very much for watching this video, and let me know, do you agree with my opinions down in the comments? Let me know, did you love the trailer and what did you get out of it? Thank you so much again. Don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this, and in closing, don't forget, may the Force be with you always.